what we're reading is out of the book of Mutual Causality in Buddhism and General Systems Theory by Joanna Marcy. And then if we go to page 175, I'm just quoting here. Each of us is responsible for what he or she is now, for the personality he himself has acquired by his past actions. Nor are we wholly prisoners of any decision or any one experience. Ordinarily, it takes many repetitions so to stock a mind with memories and habits that at long last lead to the same city, whether it be taken in religious language, as a city of the destruction or the city of salvation. So the parallels to the Buddhist idea of karma are obvious, as also to that of the Sankharas, the memories and habits that stock the mind and impel us forward. Does it make sense in the way stating it like this?
Well, for one, let's try to understand what they're saying. How do you understand this?
How I read this is that the only thing we or one can do is take responsibility for the actions that I'm doing right now, meaning something comes up out of the sixth sense basis, and based on past actions, and based on that, I am responsible for what I am going to do with those inputs. And then secondly, what I'm going to do with those inputs will actually determine the future sankharas. In other words, will determine the way I, between brackets, will be in the future. So there's like this interlinkage between the actions I do, who I am, and the sankharas.
Yes, that's exactly it. Really, what it is that all that there is sense of the new karma and the old karma. This is something we talked about some time back. And really, the old karma is determined by your previous actions that were committed, whether a few seconds ago or lifetimes ago, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And your sankhara comes into being and then conditions the consciousness, activates the consciousness, if you will. And that consciousness can then go in through the name and form, and then from there go into and condition the sixth sense base. Then whatever contact arises by the joining of the sixth sense base and the sight or any other of the feelings, that is consciousness. Feelings and contact and perception are what you could say condition sankharas. So it's sort of a feedback loop between contact, feeling, and perception, as well as our choices and intentions, because sankharas are what condition our intentions through name and form. So there is a certain interconnectedness to this. And the new karma that is there, or that is produced, that the Buddha talks about, is at the level of contact. When contact arises and the feeling then comes to be, then how you perceive that feeling or how you react or respond to that feeling is then the new karma that you produce. If at feeling you perceive whatever is arising to be the nature of the three characteristics with a full understanding of the Four Noble Truths and understanding of dependent origination, then your reaction, or rather your response, will not color or condition into any kind of new karma that arises. That old karma that comes to be through feeling will be terminated at the level of perception if it's done with insight and wisdom. If, on the other hand, it's not done with insight or wisdom and the feeling continues, then with the perception that you have, which is by and large conditioned by the sankhara through the different links, So there is a interconnectedness more so between perception and sankhara. So if there is this reaction that is, you could say, coming from a craving mindset or a conceited mindset or a delusional mindset, then it will create further links down the chain, and then, of course, the birth of self and the birth of karma.